Hey, give me a cold one.
Hey, Tang, take a cold one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another wonderful episode of the Gaming Dads. Appreciate y'all stopping in. Today we have a fun-filled cast for you with our wonderful guest host, the pretty boy himself, aka Tree Fruit, aka Ben, our art design thumbnail master. We really appreciate you coming in and doing a video with us again, my friend. So, without further ado, before we start this video out, please like, subscribe, all that wonderful jazz down below. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about our videos. If you think they suck, it's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I sleep just fine. Actually, I don't. I have insomnia. But either way, your opinion matters to me, but not enough to where I'm going to cry myself to sleep. So,
We also
in there, Tanger.
all right. So we're gonna cover a couple things today. To start us off, I want to say congrats to Echo for snagging world first at the very last minute while U.S. servers were down. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. But congrats. It was a crazy hard fight. Literally, guilds were getting to like 45.7, 45.8, like less than a percentage point. I'm kind of sad it was over in a week, but congrats to Echo. Personally, Fury, our guild, we are now up to 10 of 10 normal, which sad to say was easier with a pug than with our guild.
Truth.
And 4 of 10 heroic. We should be 5 of 10 heroic tomorrow. Go ahead, buddy.
No, you're not wrong, man. I mean, normal is not so bad. Painsmith seems to be the hardest fight, and I think second to that would be Kel'Thuzad. But actually, after you figured out Kel'Thuzad, it's pretty dang easy. Same with Painsmith, so. But I don't look forward to Painsmith on heroic. I think it's going to be a mess. So,
How many wipes you think?
oh God, I'm saying 50 plus.
Ooh,
I'm just
gotta give it
I'm
a little
just
more credit.
nah,
No,
dude.
I'm
No.
telling you, it's
I
going to
heard
be
it's
50
the
plus.
guild breaker. I heard it's tearing everybody apart, and that's just not something I'm looking forward to. I don't think most of the members of Fury.
We'll see what happens. But to all y'all out there, if you were looking for a guild and you were a healer, Furious Recruiting, and we recruit DPS and everything else too, but if you're looking for a guild, come see us. All right? Right now, 4 of 10 heroic, soon to be 5 of 10, and we will be working on Painsmith. What's your favorite fight in normal? Since we've cleared it, what's your favorite so far?
In normal, my favorite fight, I would say it's a tie between Painsmith and Kel'Thuzad.
Okay. What about you, Tree?
I don't know. Torque, the first dude, is a lot of fun with all the anima powers. Those are absolutely awesome because it's random. Some fights I get ones that I'm pretty normal to, other fights I don't. And it's kind of like your support class or you're like the super DPS, so get to town. But then I forget which one where the floor rotates around and you have to stand on the glyph to get it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
that
one?
one is probably my favorite
That's
fight.
Fate Scribe, right?
Face Scrap, yeah.
Fate
Yeah,
Scribe.
that one is just I don't know, there's something about it. It's just like I feel like a sense of responsibility to that fight.
I hate that fight. All I see when I see that
You
fight,
hate interrupting and doing anything
here's Fate Scribe, all right? I'm like, I'm this marker on that line. I'm like, I don't see anything. Saph, do I see anything? Saph ain't listening to me at all. He ain't paying no attention. We're about to wipe. Oh my God, your markers, dude. Where are you at? Come on, Tang. Come on, Tang. I hate
me
that
and Tree
fight.
are like me and Tree are usually picking up your slack on that fight. You tunnel
Already
so
on your
bad on that
glyph
fight.
before you're even your
My
glyph.
man's getting it, boy. He is DPSing his face off.
And I'm
That's
still
like when-
sucking it up.
That's like when your coach makes you the center fielder in the little league team because he had to make left field and right field like the shitty kids just to like actually have them participate. But he's like, yo, literally, can you get behind them just in case something comes their way?
Right.
That's what Saph and I are.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're making sure that that ball still gets thrown to home plate.
Dude, my DPS, like I tried to pug And they look at my logs and like, oh no, bro, we can't bring you in. Your logs are terrible. Well, no shit, they're terrible, dude. I'm literally babysitting my whole raid, making sure they're doing everything. Like I'm doing just enough to like basically not be a carry. You know what I mean? So I
the,
like pump everything
the
I can
same
until mechanics start, and then I'm fucking
the
pretty
same
much
thing
going.
happened to me, dude. You were making me run all the balls out, and I was trying to get in on that fight, and they looked at my logs. They were like, "Not a chance, buddy."
Right. I think my favorite fight. All right, so hear me out. So Sylvanas on normal, in my opinion, is incredibly easy. It's easier than Paintsmith. It's easier than Fate Scribe. It's easier than Kel'Thuzad. I would even say it's easier than like
Terra grew.
Terragru, Remnant, all of those. I think it's super easy fight, right? It's long.
It's
It's
more
very,
of like an experience and not so much a
yes.
fight, right?
That's why I like it, man. So if you watch, right, she's darting all over the place and she's jumping, spinning, flipping. Like it is like amazing. And then you get teleported out and you're running on these chains and you're fighting ads and you're chasing her down, and you're interrupting, and then you come and then Jaina like ports you back, and then they have like a little squabble, and then now you're fucking fighting to the death. Like I just think it's super cool, man. I really like it.
Except for when you get to the last phase and you got the new Lich King, you got Jaina, Thrall, and Anduin. And Anduin's just tearing into everyone randomly. Jaina's casting abilities. The other two are just like,
they're just like zombied.
look stoic. Yeah.
Right. Right. They're just not doing anything. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that. I think
Obviously, it's not. It's
I think their
glitch.
code's broken or something. So,
Yeah.
but I think it's cool. I think it's a cool fight.
Yo,
So-
during that fight, there's like one thing I recommend. Like, if anybody's watching during phase 2, seriously, just like look out at a panorama when you're sitting on the chains fighting the different phases of ads. Like,
Yeah,
you're
man.
looking at one of the coolest views I've ever seen of Warcraft. You're literally on the chains fighting between, I don't even know, like, I guess, like, the Maul, Korthia, and Oribos. And, like, you're literally on one of the chain links, and you can see the entire sky floating in the cities around you, and it's pretty dope.
It is.
It
It's
is.
pretty dope.
It is.
That's
It's
a
really
cool
good.
fight.
All right, let's go down the list. I'm gonna ask each of you. I want you to rate it between a 1 and a 10. You can't use 7. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, so first up, we're gonna do difficulty the 9. Saph, what do you give it? I mean, sorry, Terragrin. What do you give it?
Well, I'm a hunter, so I can move and cast. So for me, I would say probably a 3.
Fun. What do you give it for fun?
Oh, fun! I would give it. I can't use 7. I'll give it an 8.
All right, Tree Fruit, for difficulty, what do you give it?
Probably gotta give it the same 3, because it's just a lot of get out of these mechanics type situation. It's nothing
And-
too
and fun?
complicated. 10, dude. Anima powers, boss fight, pow, big numbers. Blah.
The coolest part about that fight is at the end when you get to
He just goes
10%.
nuts.
It's just, dude, it's like healers don't even heal. Like even the healers DPS it. That's
He's
kinda
just
cool.
going Banjo Kazooie on your ass, man. He's just like, get over it.
Yeah, it's
Get
cool.
it on. All right, next up, Eye of the Jailer. Saph, difficulty.
I mean, let's say it. 2.
You say it's
No,
easier than
I won't say it.
Terragru?
No, I won't say that. I'll say it's a 4.
4.
Just a hair over Terragru.
And fun?
4. I think it sucks. I think the only part of that that's cool is the chain. That's it. Other than that, I think it's terrible.
I think the chain's cool, and I don't know if I think it's cool, but I like the whole split the team up. I like when you split teams up. What about you, Tree Fruit? Difficulty?
Difficulty, I mean, if you forget to pop your Cloak of Shadows when the beam comes, and
Oh, that's right. He played on the floor the whole day. So
Yeah,
he,
man. He tanked the floor all night tonight.
Hey,
it was
man,
it was super easy.
after a long day making pizza, I just want to take a nap.
So we're going to give your difficulty for Eye a 10 because you died.
I'd probably actually give it probably 3, maybe
Oh.
4 for if you forget to do the chain and stuff like that, because that's a pretty critical moment there. Because if you just run out of time, you forget to get over there, you can't find out where your clicking bucket is because it's behind bartender, and you have to activate it, move your bar real quick, and you click it like this dumbass.
What about fun?
What
do you
about
rate it
fun?
for fun?
Fun, I give it a 6. Once you hit the
I-
chain, it's
yeah.
basically kill an ad. Okay, fight the boss. Kill an ad.
I think it's one of the more fun fights. I enjoy it, and I think it's a combination of it's fun and easy, right? So like, what I like too is like you gotta hover the edge. Like no one's ran off yet, but you know someone's gonna blink off or jump off. You know that's coming.
Yeah.
And then you get to run. You get the hook thing. That's cool. I like the split teams. Like I really like that fight. It's definitely not a hard fight, right? Like I agree with you guys on difficulty. But I think it's pretty fun.
I think it's a little harder in heroic because you get the guy that chains you and pulls you off.
Yep.
But I mean, normally you don't have that, so I mean, it's super easy.
All right. What about the 9 difficulty?
9, I would say, is a good. I can't use 7. 6.
6.
Because I can't use 7.
So it's like it's still easy, but it's on like the hardest easy setting, right? That's kind of what you're saying.
It was the first I think challenge, I guess.
Definitely.
Because there's so much going on.
Definitely.
So I mean I won't. No, actually, I take that back. I give it a 5, right? And the only reason I give it a 5 is because you can really predict until like the last Valkyrie, evil Valkyrie. Like she can like do her abilities one after another. Like so she can do like the big swirly and then recall it and do a big swirly again.
Yeah.
Before that, it's very predictable. Like it's
the fight.
Dodge, pull, push out, pull in, soak the purples. I mean, it's super like predictable. So I give it a 5 because damage is like pretty severe in heroic, especially. I think it's a lot harder.
All right. What about fun?
I actually kind of like it. I'll give it a. God, why can't I use 7? That's so stupid.
You can't use 7.
I guess I'll give it a 6.
Because 7 is the cop out answer. Do you understand? You're not really choosing if it's like super fun or not.
You just change it to 6 then.
No, because when you change it to 6, that means
like
it's not actually
6.9.
really fun. You understand? Like it's okay.
No.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's okay. It's cool. It's pretty good. It's not, but it's not terrible.
All right,
So,
True Fruit. What about your difficulty on the 9?
Difficulty, give it medium. I gotta agree with Saph. That's when it finally starts to pick up. There's interrupts. There's a little bit more run in, run out. What are you focusing on? Multiple mobs. Oh my God, what's this guy doing? Everybody loves killing at the same time. Blah blah blah. And fun wise, wasn't all that fun. I give it another 5, like right there in the middle somewhere, because like there was more to do, but it was kind of just like, all right, this is the boss. The boss is gonna do these types of things, and we're gonna, as Saph said, predict and anticipate those things, and we're gonna do it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it was like you're okay. This is the raid boss. Let's get it done.
Yeah,
well, our raid's pretty fortunate. They can just like listen in their ears. And then like everything will be told to them, like on a platter.
You act like
Which
you're,
our
you act like
raid
you
leader's
act,
really good at
you know
doing.
this guy acts like he's the only raid leader that's ever told everyone every steps. Like,
Yo,
come
should
on,
we
bro.
stop right now and have a moment?
No, we don't need that. All right,
Salutes, Saphir,
Remnant.
Sapharina. You got so many alts, I don't know, dude. But
So
we
Remnant.
salute Sapharina.
Let's switch this up. Tang, Remnant, fun, like difficult.
Oh my God!
You know what?
We're
We're talking about normal.
I'm not talking about normal. I'm talking about heroic. And Remnant on heroic is a tough MFer. I give it an 8. Like no BS. Like it seems simple. The premise seems simple, but getting those bounces right and people learning that they actually got to just go turn their back and wait and not deeps, that takes a lot from a raid group. Fun wise, I'm gonna give it like a 3. Like I don't even enjoy that fight. It's a pain. I don't like it at all. So.
Okay. What about you, Tree?
I found that fight quite fun.
I did too.
I gotta give it like an 8.
Me too,
Yeah, an 8.
yeah.
Like seriously, like because I mean the only time it wasn't fun is when somebody dispels.
When a certain
Wrong
new
person.
resto shaman with everyone alive 7% wipe.
I was being nice and just
Well,
not about
bing!
to
Whole
completely
raid
hit
gone.
the
3 hours of
board.
progression gone.
He made a mistake.
Oh.
It was a 7% wipe. We were all alive. dispelled the wrong person that was in the middle of the raid, and we all flew into space, and that was like our last pull of the night. So they're a little bitter about it. We came in the next night and killed it, and we one shot it this week. So I thought it was all right.
Yeah, so I think we drilled it into our head enough.
I actually rate this a little more fun, just because I try to call the dispels to launch us over the silences. I don't know if you guys even notice it, but like the shit goes on the ground, I'm like, dispel now. And then like basically push us to the clear zone. So for me, I think it's kind of cool. I really enjoy it. I give it an 8 as well.
The architect.
Right? It's fucking fun. So next on the list is the what's his name? We're on a mountain.
Soul Render Dormazane.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, dude, if I could turn off Garage, I would turn him off. God, I'm so tired of hearing him scream. It's so annoying.
Well, difficulty wise, I think he's actually an 8. I think he's all around tough, solid. It gets faster, it gets crazier. There's multiple mechanics. If you get an extra spell in, you don't do it perfect. The chain popping, 3 different teams. Like you saw our guild, but I had a mental freaking collapse on the 3rd chain. We're literally screaming, "We need people to get chains! We need people to get chains!" They weren't assigned. No one was getting them chains.
To be fair, he's talking about if y'all are listening, he's talking about heroic. So we're progressing on it. Yes, it is stressful. Normal, super easy. We one shot the boss on normal.
Yeah,
so.
normal is a joke. I will say that I do think this one is a little more fun. I just like the constant pace and tempo and in and out and over. I really enjoy that.
And it's the first like boss we've had like the dance again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the last dance was in Nexaramus. Remember? That was kind of cool.
I think there was a dance last year. What are you talking about? There was a literal dance last year. Blood Council.
Shimmy left.
That's a literal dance, bro. That's a literal dance.
About doing the electric
the dumbest fight of the whole.
Okay, I'm not arguing if it was stupid. I'm just saying it was a dance. That's all I'm saying.
That fight we were stuck on court for I don't know how many days.
Get ready, buddy. Payne Smith is gonna be court. I'm telling you.
Court made unborn babies cry, bro.
To be fair, Court was the number 6 boss. Payne Smith's the number 6 boss.
I thought Court was 7.
Court was 6.
No, Court was 7.
No, you're right.
Because Sludge was 8.
Court was 7.
Generals
Court was
9,
7. Court was 7.
Okay.
Court was 7. Next up, Payne Smith, Rasnul. Dave, you're up first. Difficulty.
9.
Fun.
9.
Why?
No, actually,
Why do you think it's so hard and so fun?
There's a lot. I'm just talking normal. I haven't even tried it heroic. I'm almost scared to. But honestly, I think it just adds the bombs. But that just adds another mechanic. Like we already have trouble with normal, so it's just there's things going on. Like everybody has a piece of the puzzle, and I usually do not like personal responsibility bosses. But when those stupid people with the chains, they get those chains on.
Oh my god!
They start like getting like impatient.
They
like I'm not gonna make
shoot
it
through the hole and knock half the raid off, dude. Oh.
But then you get the cool like the spikes that go, and then they radiate, and like the balls, like they moved way faster than I thought they were ever going to when we first did it. Like when they first came out, like the very first pull, I was like, "Oh, there's no way! Like it's just impossible." But obviously, it is possible. Otherwise, it wouldn't be made like that. But I just think it's really cool, man. And then you have like little intermissions to kind of like catch your breath a minute, but there's still something going on to keep you busy.
I really like the intermission where if everyone does it right, it's literally like it's like one of those worm games or whatever. It's like
it's fun to watch it. Yeah,
like it's cool. Really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Tree Fruit. Difficulty.
Yo, I gotta give it to him. That with Dad John, as we say in the Northeast, JAWN, is a tough one. That's an oyster shell without a shuck. And fun wise, gotta give it to him as well. 9. That is it's fun because it's hard, but also Queen's Gambit. Chess. It's like you're on a giant chessboard, but it's like an angle of death anywhere you go. And that TV show was amazing. And that actress, like Taylor Lee something, she's gorgeous.
Okay.
Anything that reminds me of her while I'm playing a video game is okay with me.
Fair enough.
All right. Guardian of the first one. Difficulty?
1.
Fun?
1.
I agree with that assessment. Do you agree with that assessment, Tree Fruit?
Coming.
I can't remember what boss this is.
It's the one with the runes. He's the big guy
It's
in the middle.
stupid.
It's basically the
DPS here, stand over here. DPS here, stand over here. DPS here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right, next up we got Tree Fruit said he really liked it. Fate Scribe, Rokalo. Tree Fruit, you start us off. Difficulty?
Difficulty? I wouldn't really find it that difficult of a fight. I'd give it probably a 6. Just because if you don't do a certain mechanic, then the fight's completely over. It's a one-shot mechanic. But this one-shot mechanic is literally like my all-time favorite, and that's why I gave it a 10 on the fun scale. And it's just like there's these glyphs that these rings pop up off the ground. And if you don't get to them in a certain time to jump in your glyph, whether it needs to go to a clockwise or counterclockwise rotation, depending on needing one person to do it or two, if you don't get there in time, you fail.
Don't you love how if someone comes late and you don't both run on at the same time, the arrows just start flashing and don't go
You're
nowhere?
doing the cha-cha slide at that point in time, and you're like,
annoying.
I am going to rip your head off. They're like, no, you need to go now. You need to go now.
That's
No, my
so
all-time
annoying.
favorite is when you're approaching the balls that are floating on it when you're doing it with a partner, and they're like, I gotta run 20 yards out of the way to make sure that I don't get hit by this. Meanwhile, it's just like I'm right next to it, like doing the swoop. Like, you don't need to go that far. It's okay. Like, this is a 2-lane road. You don't need to pull off from the one side where there's no traffic. We can squeeze.
All right. And you said?
It's all right. It's all right. I don't know. I gave it like a hard. I gave it a 3. Fun. I guess a 5. But it's cool. I think it's cool
different,
mechanic.
right? Like it's definitely different. It's definitely
the beams. It's annoying for me, I guess. Like the
yeah,
beams,
from Rayleigh.
You can never predict
the beams. Suck. Yeah, I've had.
But at least it doesn't one shot you, so fair enough for that.
All right,
the ads like fucking live forever.
Yeah,
I feel like.
I think they're meant to live through the intermission to give people not running something to do. True. That's what they're for.
I forget there's ads because I'm always doing the disc.
I'm talking about the tank ads. The tank ads.
Yeah,
I know. I
spread
forget
to a bunch of little ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, KT.
And then we got our penultimate boss, Kel'Thuzad. We finally kill him. I don't even know how many times we fought this dude in raids. It's been a lot. I definitely, I really like this fight. I'm gonna take lead on this. Like, I really like all the different mechanics. I love going down. Like, I love that. What do you give it difficulty wise, Saph?
It was pretty fucking hard for us. I give it if I was scaling the 1 to 10, like of all the fights, that one's our 10. That was like hard for us.
So you think that one's harder than Painsmith?
100%. Yeah. Just for our guild, I think. Just because there's no break, right? Painsmith, you get a minute to kind of collect yourself, and Kel'Thuzad, it's nonstop. Like all the other world firsts and stuff like that, it seemed like they had no issue. I don't know what it is. We had issue. So this is just our point of view, obviously. I don't know. Fun. I don't even really find it that fun because it's like one of those things where you said like you hate it. It's hard, so it's not fun to me because I can't really enjoy it because I'm too busy like calling too many things out. So for me, it's like a 1 on fun.
All right, Tree Fruit. What about you for difficulty?
Difficulty. It's a pretty challenging fight. I'd probably give it a 9. I'd really do 10. I mean, it was really hard if you don't have your DPS balanced right on who goes down and who stays up. Because if you don't have that balance right, you're basically
you're done. You're done.
You're done. But once you get that down and you can find sustained healing, you're pretty good because it's rinse and repeat every single time he has reborn. It's just more health each time, just like Il'gynoth was. And
I will say this as the designated guildie that always goes down. I've noticed you can have more than enough, and it doesn't seem to wipe the raid. It's only if you just don't have enough deeps.
Yeah.
So
it's better to send more than less.
Like go in and nuke and come out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what you guys are doing up top when that's happening, but
We got 4 ads. It's 2 banshees.
Yeah, we got
and
4 ads.
two like big.
so
like,
that's
abomination.
probably your closest thing on that fight to catching your breath, right? It's like just a couple
Yeah,
ads to
pretty much.
kill.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
And
pretty
very
critical
minimal
ads, but
things to
not
do.
the end of the world.
See, I don't think Kel'Thuzad is quite as hard by a long shot as Painsmith, and I do find it pretty fun.
Maybe it's because I like Painsmith.
I think so.
Well, I say that now until we're wiping.
Yeah, you say that till tomorrow night when we spend about an hour on finishing off freaking Soul Render and then wipe all night.
We'll get
wait.
All right, last but not least, someone we've been waiting 2 expansions to fight, Sylvanas Windrunner. Difficulty, Saph. We haven't done heroic yet, so this is just normal.
Okay, so this is just normal. So after coming out of KT and then going to that, it's like a 2 in difficulty. It's super fucking easy. Like, it's stupid easy. Obviously, I know heroic will be harder, but normal, it almost felt like Raid Finder to me with a organized group, honestly. Fun though. I mean, I liked the fight, the way it looked, and everything like that. So that's where I give it the 10. I say the 10 for that one, just because I like. It's almost like a story that you're actually fighting through. It's kind of cool.
What did you think about all the flips and jumps and stuff Sylvanas did?
That's like the coolest part, man. I mean, I think it's kind of nice for Melee that they don't have to like run after her. If they had to do that, it would be a nightmare. But since you could just basically attack where she was, I think it's kind of cool. But dude, I think it's sweet, man. They really made Sylvanas look like a god for at least a demigod. You know, I mean, she was pretty PA, and we only get her to 50%. That's even crazier.
And difficulty?
2. It was easy.
I'm surprised you give it a 2. To be honest,
I'm being nice and giving her respect. She deserves it. I love Sylvanas as much as you hate Sylvanas.
All right, True Fruit. What about you? What do you rank it fun-wise?
Fun-wise, it was a pretty fun fight. The whole different stages you're at. You're on the chains in phase 2. You're dodging arrows being shot at you all over the place. Like, it's just a madhouse. And Robin Hood robbed the king. He's taking the booty back for the townspeople type situation. Yeah. It's gnarly. And during my run, when I finally killed her, because I didn't get it with you guys because I was in my classic raid, the bow actually dropped for somebody in the raid. So a hunter got his legendary only at 233, but still.
So this is something new I just found out about legendaries. If you get it on normal or heroic, or mythic, it's the same item level. It's like 233. So you've got to then get it 2 more times to upgrade it, essentially. So you got to get lucky and get a legendary drop 3 times to max that thing out. That's crazy.
Or maybe that craft item that they allow you to make that upgrades your legendary could be used to upgrade it to.
That's for crafted legendaries. It's not for the bow.
Who knows? So. I'm just talking about something that could be a possibility.
I honestly have no idea how that really works yet. Anyway, so I've been saving them. I'm gonna make it, see what happens. So I don't know.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, if you still made it this long, it's one of our longest episodes in a while. We appreciate it. We had a lot of content to go over. Saph's going to be out of town for a week, so me and Tree Fruit might do an episode, or we'll see what happens. We definitely had a lot of fun the first 2 weeks. I know I'm personally running 2 mains right now. Saph's starting on like his 4th alt. Tree Fruit finally is leaving BC behind and coming to the dark side. So everything's looking good coming together. You guys got anything to say?
No, man. Just congrats, Echo. Limit, I still love you.
Well, thank you so much for coming on tonight, for your being a special caster of Tree Fruit. And Fury Famous, and with that said, Gaming Dads out.